So now dear student, it is time to discuss about the displacement reactions. Now what do you mean by displacement reactions? So here is the definition, just like the combination and the decomposition reaction. Here is the definition for the displacement reaction also. Means those reactions in which one element takes the place of next element in a compound are called displacement reactions. Exactly, it means a highly reactive metal displaces the least reactive metal in a compound. Suppose when you take a compound and it has the metal, and when you have to take the next metal, but that next metal must be highly reactive than the metal present in that compound. Suppose here you can see the example here, when you take the copper sulfate solutions in aqueous solutions, when you treat copper sulfate solution with zinc metal, then zinc is highly reactive than the copper, and copper is less reactive than the zinc. So zinc displaces the copper from the copper sulfate. So it combined with the sulfate ion to produce zinc sulfate, and copper is just removed from the copper sulfate compound as a copper. Means copper is obtained from the copper sulfate solution due to the zinc. Why? Zinc is highly reactive metal than the copper metal. So before discussing the highly reactive metal, you have to remember the reactivity series. Means here you can see potassium is placed at the top. Since potassium is the most reactive metal in the periodic table, so potassium at the top, then sodium is decreasing order. When you go down, means reactivity decreases. Here you can mention potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminum, zinc, iron, tin, lead and hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver, gold and platinum. So this is the order. When you go down, then chemical reactivity decreases, and here you can see copper is, means zinc is here and copper is here. It means copper is less reactive than the zinc. So zinc is able to replace or able to displace the copper from copper sulfate solutions, right? So you have to take one reactive metal to displace the less reactive metal in a compound. So one number example, I think it is clear. Similarly, you may take instead of zinc any metal which must be highly reactive than the copper. Here you can see the next example, same solution, copper sulfate solution. Here I have taken the iron because iron is more reactive than the copper. So iron is able to displace the copper from the copper sulfate solutions, and you will get as in this reaction, means iron sulfate means ferrous sulfate plus copper. Here you can see the position of the iron. Iron is here, but copper is here. Means copper is less reactive than the iron metal. Similarly, you can take any metal above than copper, and that metal will be able to displace the copper from the copper sulfate solutions. So here you can see next, when you take the same copper sulfate solution and it is allowed to treat or react with the magnesium metal, then it is able to displace the copper from the copper sulfate solution, because magnesium is also highly reactive than the copper. Here magnesium is here, but copper is here. So magnesium metal can easily displace the copper from the copper sulfate solution as this way. Next example, when you take the copper chloride, means cupric chloride CuCl2, then when it is allowed to react with the lead metal, means here you can see copper is here, but lead is just 2 steps ahead, means lead is reactive than the copper. So lead must displace this copper from this solution. As a result, lead chloride plus copper is formed. Next, when you take the silver nitrate with copper, now it is time. Now let us see here, but copper is highly reactive metal than the silver. So copper now displaces the silver. Here you can see the silver position. Copper is here and silver is here. Means copper is more reactive than the silver metal. So copper is able to displace the silver from the silver nitrate solutions, right? In this way, you will get the copper nitrate solution along with the silver metal. Next, when you take the iron, means when you treat with the dilute sulfuric acid, dilute hydrochloric acids, then this iron metal displaces the hydrogen from this solution as this way to produce the hydrogen gas. Here you can see iron metal is here, but hydrogen is here. So iron is able to displace the hydrogen from this compound. Again, next example, magnesium. Magnesium is able to displace hydrogen. Next, again you may take more example, zinc plus this laboratory preparation of the hydrogen gas, means when zinc metal is allowed to treat or react with the dilute hydrochloric acid, then hydrogen gas is formed. In the similar, it is also the displacement reaction, means single displacement reaction, means one metal you should take the reactive metal, then the metal already present in that solutions, right? Means one metal must be least reactive in a compound, and metal when you take the next, it must be the more reactive than the already present in that compound. So here sodium, now sodium is put into the water, then what happens? It avoids the, it releases the hydrogen from here, because sodium is there second number and hydrogen is here, means it is the vigorous reactions, highly vigorous, means it produces the heat and catches fire immediately. Means when you throw sodium metal in a water, then it explodes producing the high heat energy, means it is the exothermic reactions, right, producing the sodium hydroxide base and hydrogen. So sodium metal is easily able to displace the hydrogen from the H2O. Now chlorine, when you take the chlorine and when you react with the potassium iodide, then chlorine is able to displace the iodine from the potassium iodide, because chlorine is more reactive than the iodine, right? In this way, KCl and iodine is formed. Copper oxide, when it is allowed to treat with the magnesium metal, then similar reactions, because copper is least than the magnesium, magnesium more reactive. So magnesium displaces the copper from the CuO and it forms the magnesium oxide and the copper metal. Similarly, when you take the ferric oxide and when you allow to treat or heat with the aluminum metal, then aluminum oxide along with the molten iron is formed. This is also the exothermic reactions. So here, from here we can conclude that means you have to take a compound, but when you allow that compound to react with the metal, that metal must be taken highly reactive metal than the metal present in that particular compound. And here are the examples. This you note down and get clarified.